What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. Let's see. I know we want to talk about this what's going on in this world today. Hope everybody's doing good on this Monday. I want to make sure everybody is here real quick. Hey, Dan, how are you? Hey, Elizabeth. I knew you were going to be here. Hey, Stride Boxing Podcast. What's going on? All right, so y'all know I'll be trying to get to it, but I'm going to give it a minute or two before I start. I know y'all been looking at the news and everything, so I know y'all got some stuff. Hey, Mom. So if y'all got any questions, you can go ahead on and put them in there. Hey, Black Butterfly, what's going on? I want to make sure you guys are making sure I'm answering your questions. I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. I had a rough semi-weekend, but this is... I know I'm supposed to be here talking to y'all because I swear that's what keeps a smile on my face, okay? If you want to do a one-on-one, you go to my website, shamikasaves.com. The link is in the bio, and let's talk, okay? And for those of you who have already hit me up, I'm telling you now, y'all see what is going on with these banks, okay? Y'all see that the banks are running out on the plug. They are getting away and not paying their bills, keeping some of y'all money, but the government is going to give them a bailout. And a lot of y'all sitting around here carrying all this bad debt, all this bad credit. Some of y'all ain't even doing y'all stuff for y'all student loans to get those off y'all credit. And for those of you that y'all been asking me, should we buy a house? And I've been saying, no, wait, this is why. Okay. So we're going to go ahead on and get into it. Yes, Elizabeth. 2 banks. I don't know if some of y'all probably didn't even see it because it happened at night while some of y'all will sleep. It is now 2 banks that have now basically shut their doors, and the government has basically taken over. And they are guaranteeing everybody their deposits back. Now that sounds great, guys. I know that makes a lot of people happy if they got their money in that bank. But I need y'all to understand, when they are guaranteeing the money, somebody turn on the printing machine, okay? And they are printing money as we speak. I am sure. Y'all know the FDIC only covers up to 250,000, but now they're making it unlimited, okay? Now so the reason I'm saying this is because I be talking about this every week. And I keep telling y'all, the bank will always have a bailout. But then what do y'all have when y'all are in a jam? Okay. Hey, Shantae. That's right, Amy. So when I start talking about bankruptcy, I don't want nobody to turn their face up at me no more. Okay. Because that's exactly what all these... Look at it. I had somebody contact me last week to say, I'm trying to make my car payment. I don't even know this person. She said, I'm trying to make my car payment, but my bank, the company I make my car payment to, they filed bankruptcy, and now none of us can make our car payments. We don't even know where to make our payments to. I had to go and find it so that she can make her car payment. I'm telling y'all, they don't care. So y'all should not care either when I tell y'all, hey, credit repair ain't working for everybody. Some of y'all might want to consider bankruptcy, okay? And that does not fly for everyone, but for some of y'all, it does, okay? So let me just make sure anybody said anything. And if you haven't followed me before, if you're new here, welcome, hello. Please hit the like button, the follow button. Oh, look at that. Mo says she sells on Etsy. And that's right. SVP Bank does handle Etsy. So if somebody here it does sell on Etsy, you will probably notice that there should be a delay, if I'm not mistaken, Mo, in you getting your money. Or from people, even I think they can make purchases, but I think for you to get paid, it's going to be a delay. So you'll be surprised to know who all had money in those banks, and Etsy was one of them. Okay. Let me see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Okay. So before anybody asks, see, it's a new somebody's going to ask. So should we take out our money? So just so y'all know, whenever y'all hear them say on the news that there's a bank run, just for those who aren't savvy like that, basically that means people are running to the bank and taking their funds and running. Okay, so the bank is running on the plug, and y'all coming and running from the plug too, and y'all come get y'all money. So that's what a bank run is. Everybody's coming in there to pull that money out. The same thing that happened when we had COVID. Everybody went to try to get money, and guess what happened? The bank didn't even have enough money on hand to give y'all money. So essentially, that is what is happening now. And if y'all don't know, you're going to learn today that the bank will only hold a certain amount of your money in the bank. That is why I don't know why people rob banks, because you will never get rich. They only have a certain amount of money they keep. And you know where the rest of that money goes? It goes to other people. The bank takes your money from your paycheck, and they keep 10% of your money in the bank. And the other 90% they loan out to other people. That is how a bank stays in business, on top of charging y'all overdraft fees, check fees, ATM fees, the bank monthly fees. The bank is making a buck, which is exactly why your good old uncle, my uncle, y'all uncle too, Uncle Sam, gonna come to the rescue, because he ain't not gonna turn his back on where his money come from. Okay, that's his top money maker, the bank. So they're always gonna help the bank. Now, should you gonna take your money out? You can take some out, absolutely. I don't think anything's wrong with having cash in case something happens. Everybody should have cash, at least some. Okay, going and running and pulling all your money out, I don't know if that's even going to be feasible. One, you're probably going to have to call ahead and order the money to make sure that your bank orders enough, so they have enough in house, so when you come and get it, they can pay you your money and still operate if you want to. Now, do I think other banks are going to close? Probably so. Okay, probably so. Maybe not right away. I definitely think it's something for us to look out for. And it's really, stay tuned. Just don't be surprised that the government is going to keep coming to the banks, beck and call when they need it. They're always going to do that. Okay, that's their top money maker. Just keep that in mind. Okay. Hey, Miss Robinette. Hey, Nicole. We're just talking about what's happening with these banks. So can you call the 844 number? Don't call the 844 number. Matter of fact, just send me, and you can type your message in here, or you can, actually, we can talk after the live. You can go to the website and leave your phone number, and then I'll just call you. Okay. All right. Hold on. I don't know. Somebody's saying something. Okay. So let me see if y'all saying anything really quick. All right. So what else is, that's really like the biggest thing going on. Let me also tell y'all that y'all going to hear a couple other things that I wanted y'all to, I want y'all to listen to some of the terminology that y'all going to hear come across your news station when they're talking about these banks. Okay. You hear them say woke a lot, WOKE. When what they're talking about is a lot of these banks are becoming more compliant with diversity. What is it? Diversity. It's diversity, inclusion, and something else. Okay. If you're an HR person, y'all help me out. It's DEI. It's diversity. I forgot what the E stands for. And then inclusion. So because, as DeSantis and some of these other people will call it, these banks are becoming woke. They believe that this is the downfall of some of these banks. Okay, they believe that this is some of the reason. Now, I don't know if y'all listened to me. I brought this up a couple of weeks ago, and I was telling you guys that the United States does a lot of stuff like they do in China. Okay, and I also told you that banks are now going to start to take into, they're going to start looking at ESG. Okay, it stands for, golly, all of these dang on definitions is governance. What is it? ESG is environmental. Environmental. I think it's societal, and then government. Okay, so basically, what they're saying is that the way people are doing business is changing now. And now they're going to start looking at people differently than they used to look at before. So I told you a lot of these large banks, Bank of America, Chase, they start to use ESG, basically how you, as a person, how you live your life, the things that you do, the things that are going to be on these reports that I tell you guys about. This is how they make decisions on if they want to do business with your business. They want to lend you money. Are you a person that recycles? Are you a person that uses these he, she, them, they pronouns correctly? Those type of things. That is what they mean when they start saying woke. They're going to start looking at everything to make the decisions. Let me see what y'all saying here real quick. Is saying, are there any grants out there to apply for? Hey, Sandra, if you guys are looking for grants, y'all can go on my website. The new the grants for March are out. It's a different list than I have for February. So all you got to do is go to shamikasaves.com and you can go under the shop tab. Okay. And it's there. It's free. It's 8 pages. Download, have at it. Okay. So if you want to see if they got any grants, please go there and get you some. Okay. Get you some of all that money. Germania says, quick question. I did my taxes on 2/16. I checked my transcripts and it's NA and I'm stuck on the first bar. What's going on? I need my money. Oh, I know that's right. Yeah, y'all know I love to talk about taxes more than I love to talk about what's going on in these banks. I know y'all probably saying y'all don't care because it's not affecting you. Let's hope that it does not. But I just need y'all to be aware, okay, that I don't believe that it's just going to stop at these 2 banks. All right, so going on to taxes really quick. So on Where's My Refund, it is something that updates every night. So you can go on Where's My Refund today, and you can go there tomorrow, and it may be totally different. So I cannot say that anything is wrong. You will see sometimes it'll get to the second bar. Then you'll go back and check. It'll be back at the first bar. I don't know why it's weird like that. That's an IRS thing, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't go by Where's My Refund. I go by the transcript. So Germania, go to pull your IRS transcript. The date of your deposit will be there. If you don't see anything but April 15th, that is a sign that something is wrong. Okay. All right, let me see what y'all saying. Hold on, I'm about to go to y'all questions. Give me real quick. Thank you, Mo. I see you trying to help me out because, boy, I'm talking about them things. It's a lot. It says, hey, Ivalicia. It says, so I have about 10,000 for a rainy day. How much should I take out? Well, Well, I think that needs to be that's a good question for you. I don't think that well, good thing is $10,000 is more than likely going to be insured by the FDIC, so you will get your money back if the bank were to close. Okay, but if you just want to have money in your own pocket, just so if something happens, I don't think anything's wrong with taking out $2,500 and keeping it under the mattress in a paper bag. Okay, don't let nobody know you're going to take that money out because you know they wild. They coming to get you when you're leaving outside the bank. So make sure you tuck. Be like auntie and tuck it way down, and y'all know tuck it way down in there, so that nobody don't see it, okay? All right, it says, I tuned in real fast. I want to learn it all. I know that's right. Okay, thank you, equity. Okay, environmental, social. I'm telling y'all, it's not a big thing right now because they're keeping it quiet because there's so much other stuff going on. But I'm telling you, when they start making decisions on if they're going to give you a loan based off of if you recycle, it sounds stupid. Read the reports, okay? Read the reports. Tons of them. Okay, there's a lot of stuff they look at that they're going to start looking at. All right, with this ESG crap. All right. Thank you. ESG stands for environmental, social, and governance. Thank you. I knew I was close. How do they know if people recycle? Well, there are statistics that will show the propensity of an individual based off of everything else they know about you. They will be able to guesstimate if you're an individual that cares about being green and the energy, and it's a guess, okay? But just the way that I went, if anybody took my class on Thursdays, I have one this Thursday too, going over the credit report. You guys know I can look at the 6 factors from somebody's credit report, and I don't even have to know if it's a man or girl. I don't need to know their age or anything. I can just look at the fact, and the numbers don't change. So if something keeps coming up over and over that's the same, eventually it's going to start to be a point where we can start to measure things. And so if I can look at someone's credit report and tell if this is a lot of student loans, if this is a young person, they can do the same thing to find out if you recycle. Okay. Now, remember, there are reports out there that talk about if you guys get prescriptions, if you return a lot of things to the store, if you buy a lot of video games. Imagine all of these reports giving all this different information about you. It's not going to be hard to guess what you drink at night, okay? Real soon. It is not. Okay, so if it still says NA Germania, then I would tell you need to call the IRS to find out what is really going on. Because if they didn't put it, hey, Game Over, how you doing? Let's see. All right. And if y'all don't believe me, the Federal Trade Commission puts this list out every year. That tells you, and well, basically they tell you everything. So it says, I didn't make it to class on Thursday. What did I miss? Are you gonna do it? April, I'm gonna do a different class. I don't know. Y'all have to tell me what y'all. I don't want to do taxes. It's too early for taxes. Y'all can tell me what y'all want to talk about in April, and I could do and we could do a class on it. I have a couple different ideas, but y'all tell me. Oh, I know what I want to tell y'all. So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. I just found a report. Now, y'all know I'm always talking about credit, and we always talk about CPNs. If y'all don't know, if you're tuning in, CPNs are the fake Social Security numbers, okay? Now, I just found a company who is probably going to get hired, probably with the government and all of these other companies, but they guarantee that they will have all CPN numbers identified and removed from the system by 2026. Okay. So this is, and I know people probably, a lot of y'all probably haven't even heard of it, but fraud, synthetic fraud is huge. Okay. It is very, very, thank you, Cynthia. Cynthia said for me to tell y'all to like and share. I appreciate it. Synthetic fraud is huge. Okay. And if this happens, if they eliminate all of these Social Security numbers by 2026, the fake ones, then guess what's going to happen now? Because they're not going to change how the Social Security Administration issues the numbers, and they're also not going to change how the credit bureau handles you guys when you guys apply for credit. So that means there are going to be more stolen information from old people and children. So if they can't make up the numbers, they just going to steal them, because that is what they have been doing anyway. So I say all that to let you guys know, if you have kids, there is nothing wrong, and there is nothing that will stop you or prevent you guys from putting a credit freeze on your child's credit reports. Okay, you can absolutely do that. It don't cost you nothing, and you are allowed. The child can't do it. You have to, as the parent. Hey, Dwight. So I just want y'all to know that since they're going to be removing these numbers, crime is not going to change. It's still going to be up. It's just how they're going to be operating is differently. Okay. So I can't wait till I do that video, because I got some stuff to tell y'all. Man, they give out so much game. I ain't going to tell y'all everything here, but the way that the credit system works and how they are able to give you guys credit is so relaxed that I can misspell your name and have everything else right and still open up a brand new identity as you, but it's not you, it's me. That easy. Okay. So I just want y'all to be mindful. I don't want y'all to say in 5 years that I didn't say it. I'm telling you now, because they already putting the information out there. All right. They just ain't giving it to y'all because they know y'all not gonna read it. Okay. All right, so let me see what y'all saying. It says, should I freeze my credit before I start writing letters? You can freeze your credit at any time. The only time freezing your credit becomes an issue is when you are trying to apply for credit. Don't freeze your credit and try to go get a mortgage. Don't freeze your credit if you know you're about to go open up credit cards, because you are just going to run into an issue. So if you're going to freeze your credit because you want to dispute, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's even smarter to do if you're an individual who have a bankruptcy on your credit. That's exactly what you need to do, okay? Kimberly says, how can I contact you to get help with my credit? You can go right to my website and hit the link in the bio. And I'll let y'all know. I give y'all the real. We're going to go through this credit line by line, and we're going to point out all this stuff that we need to address, okay? Some of y'all just been sweeping it under the rug, and I'm telling you, why by us being these banks closing is a sign of inflation. And if you guys think that you're not feeling it now, you will feel it later. So if you're already struggling right now to do what you need to do, think of how it's going to be later. Okay. Think of how it's going to be later when more prices go up. You're going to be squeezed to the max. People are stressed out. Drinking goes up, drugs goes up, crime goes, everything goes up. That's bad when we are stressed out about money. Okay. So I want y'all to not be stressed and realize that you have a way out. The same way these banks get a bailout, you better run to your uncle too and get you one, okay? All right, it says, I had to verify and got confirmation that it was verified. My transcript is still blank. Okay, so if your transcript is blank and you don't see a date that you're going to get your deposit, then you absolutely do need to call the IRS, because there's probably something on it. What code is on your credit? What code is on your transcript? You probably have a desk audit. Maybe they're trying to verify some information. I have definitely been getting people who have been sending me letters that they got from the IRS that they don't understand what it means, okay? And they are verifying little things. You could have been claiming a child for the last 5 years, but now this year they want to know. Now this year they want records, okay? So we don't know if that meant somebody told or if that's just what they're doing, okay? But research does show that they go after individuals who who qualify for the earned income tax credit, and the individuals who qualify for that are usually low income. So just be mindful. Don't think you skating by because they haven't come and gotten you. All right. It says, y'all only got 2 good years left for those CPNs. Let me tell you, I had a consultation with somebody yesterday about a CPN, and I told them, I said, look, I'm holding the proof right here in my hand that these things are going to be over by 2026. Now I know they're going to come up with something else, but these are going to be done. And I said, and I asked him, because most people call me because they want CPNs, and I want to know what y'all want them for. And he wants to get them so he can raise the score up and start using them to get credit cards. Well, okay, so then let me look at your credit. Well, I see why he wants to get the CPN for credit cards, because he used his own to get a whole bunch of credit cards and he didn't pay them. He cannot file bankruptcy because he just did it. And now he's in debt again. And now wants to get into more debt. That is the type of person you absolutely do not want to get one. Those people mess it up for everybody. Not saying that they're good anyway, but those people absolutely mess it up for everyone, because you're just being plain old irresponsible. And if you're going to do them, like I said, if anybody uses them, I understand if it's for an apartment, you need a car, but somebody like that, absolutely not. So he's going to have to find him another way to get his stuff under control. He may need to go to class, okay, because he got a spending problem. All right, Justice says, my daughter, hold on, let me get back to this. My daughter was found hung in Houston and police asked no questions. Shout out Justice for Aaliyah. All right, Justice for Aaliyah, absolutely. She was holding a cell phone. I'm very sorry to, look at that. See, that's crazy. Well, my condolences to your family. I apologize about that. That's horrible. Okay. It says, I had the identity verification letter and I confirmed it. Okay, so maybe they're just still updating and they have not had a chance to go and put your information up. I would keep checking. Got the confirmation from the IRS and my transcript says no tax refund filed under the code. So if they have no tax refund filed, then you need to check with your tax preparer. If they filed your taxes, there is a submission code that's proof. It's a long number with alphabets and all that, but it'll proof that you filed, that they e-filed it. So see if they can send you that, okay, with your name showing. If they didn't, then maybe they didn't file the taxes. There are definitely some people out there that are unscrupulous that will take your money, okay, and will run off on you. All right. So what questions do y'all have? Let me while I look in here, because y'all know I'll be snapping pictures of stuff. Let me see what I got for y'all. Okay. We ain't got too many veterans. Well, if we have any veterans in here, let me just say the VA has now put out instructions for how you can claim your disability through the PACT Act. Now, I may not have any veterans here, but I'm sure I probably have some people who have family members that were in the military. And if you have family members that were in the military and they were deployed, okay, at any of them, okay, any of going overseas anywhere, the VA has passed legislation where they can skip the line and get their VA claims processed faster within like 6 months versus waiting years, okay? Just by using the PACT Act. So if anybody needs the cheat sheet, okay, they send it to certain people. But if you want it, I'll send it to you. It gives you the phone number to call and it tells you the whole process. I don't want to just put that out for anybody because that's going to start a whole bunch of questions and y'all may assume it's for y'all and it's not. So this is anybody that wants it. Send me a message right on the website. Just drop your email and I will send it to you. Okay. Okay. All right. And somebody asked me about a debt relief program. Okay, you're a veteran, Sherelle. Well, send me that. Send me a message. I'll send it to you. Please let these veterans get their money. Okay, because I don't know if y'all looking, but if y'all get any kind of government check, January, these little increases are looking real good. These little 8%, 7%, they looking really good. So you got some veterans, go ahead on and have them get what is theirs. Okay. Same for you, Nicole. Just send me your email. I will send you that thing for veterans. Okay. So here goes something else a lot of people have been asking me about. Debt relief programs, because a lot of people are in debt. Okay. And so if y'all don't know what the debt relief program, that's the ones that come on in the middle of the night, that when y'all sad and y'all up eating that popcorn and y'all know y'all shouldn't be eating late, eating bowls of cereal like me, and they come at you talking about, are you in debt? Do you need help? Do you have an IRS issue? Do you want to do a fresh start program? Let me explain what some of these debt relief programs are, okay? And y'all know the commercials I'm talking about. These commercials, well, not commercials, these companies, basically what they do is they take your debt and they contact all your creditors and they negotiate your interest rates down from whatever it is to a lower amount. That's good, right? That's good. Now, what they also do is they consolidate all your debt into one payment and you pay them and then they pay your creditors. That's good, right? All right. Now, the programs usually last anywhere between 3 and 5. I think I've even seen 6, depending on how high the debt is. So between 3 and 6 years for these debt relief programs to wipe out the debt. Now, I know a lot of people are like, ooh, that's good. One payment, great. I don't like debt relief programs at all, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. And then you choose to do whatever you want. One, they are paying your bills for you. Well, that looks completely irresponsible to somebody else that wants to give you money, okay? Because you should be able to pay your own bills. Another issue with that is when they pay your bills, they do not pay them on time, guys. I have a ton of people who are on debt management program and their score is lower than ever because the payments aren't made on time. And let me keep going. When you're in this debt management program for 3 to 6 years, your credit is also in limbo for 3 to 6 years, depending on if they pay them on time, if the people are updating your information. It could be a lot of factors. So if you have to get in a or on a debt management plan that also says it on your credit, it will say DMP most times, okay? You are better off looking at filing for bankruptcy. Why? Because you will be out of debt sooner and your credit will be out of limbo sooner than you would be with this program. If you were to do a Chapter 7, it's 6 months. This thing is up to 6 years. After you file bankruptcy, your credit doesn't do anything else but get better. On the debt management plan, you don't know what it's going to do because it's just going to do this for 3 to 6 years. Now, if you're in the Chapter 13, that's for people who have assets or make a lot of money. Chapter 13 is 3 to 5 years. That is still sooner than the debt management plan. And Uncle Sam created Chapter 13. We don't know who created the debt management plan. That is just somebody who found a way to get in to give you an alternative option if you didn't want to file bankruptcy. So if y'all don't know, a debt management plan is the worst of the worst. You better stand away from it. You don't need them to consolidate. You don't need them to bring your interest rates down because when you do bankruptcy, it closes everything. You don't pay nothing. Depending on which chapter you file, it's just a lot easier. So y'all know I talk about bankruptcy a lot because I'm a big advocate of it. And I know nobody's going to give you information about it in a good way like me. They are going to tell you it's bad, it's horrible, it's going to mess up your credit. Well, what they think a debt management plan going to do? What do they think having bad credit is going to do? So I just want y'all to think. And the reason I keep saying it is because, well, the numbers don't lie. People are defaulting. People are not paying bills because they are stretched. Okay. And remember what I said, when people are stretched and stressed, everything bad goes up. Lotto, weed, any other party drug, alcohol. So even though they can't afford to pay their bills, they will still find a way to smoke. Okay. So my point is, y'all stressing over here, killing your lungs, about to give yourself a damn heart attack because you don't want to face the fact that you got some financial difficulties, and that is okay. They can be dealt with. Okay. So let me see what y'all saying, and then I'm gonna move on real quick. It says, what effect does your zip code have on your credit score? So a lot of people don't think that it has an effect because they can't tell you that it has an effect, because if it does, then it will be discriminatory. Okay. So they can't tell you that, oh, we know what living off of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard means. No, they're not going to lower your score, but banks can make a decision if they're going to lend to you, because the numbers would say majority of people who live in this area code don't pay their bills. So they can't tell you that we're not going to loan money to people who live in the hood, but they don't anyway. You can see it. Okay. So where you live does matter. It absolutely matters. Your zip code does matter. It absolutely does. All right, let's see what it's saying. Don't debt fall off your credit in about 6 years. Debt falls off your credit in 7 years, but it is 7 years from the date that it went bad. If an item is good, it can stay on your credit for up to 10 years. That is why some of y'all have student loans on your credit that were opened up 10 years ago. If you don't believe me, when we get off this live, go to your Credit Karma and you'll be like, that girl said, I know. Good items stay on your credit for a good amount of time. Bad items stay for 7 years. That is why I was telling y'all, if you get these borrowers defense, you get these loans dismissed, some of y'all are going to notice your score is going to drop, because your student loan is for some of you is the longest credit history you have. So when they remove that, it will affect your score. Absolutely. Okay. All right, Shantae says, I filed twice and my credit score is a 705. Okay, sis, you better tell. I be trying to tell folks, they be sleeping on that bankruptcy. But let me tell you, Donald Trump woke and went to sleep on that thing 5 times. Okay, 50 Cent done it. Zane, the author. It's a lot of people. Look, these banks is getting bankruptcy and they getting a bailout. Thank you, Shantae got her bailout. That's why she's sitting at a 705, and she don't owe anybody that she owed before, because her good old uncle, y'all uncle too, took care of it. Okay. So no, rich class. I hope to one day hire people. I hope, but not yet. It's just me. Okay. Cynthia says, yes, zip codes affect insurances too. Absolutely. Yeah, this is everything I keep talking about goes right back. That's why I almost feel like I sound like a broken wheel, but everything I'm telling y'all connects. Your credit affects everything that you touch. Okay. Not only does it affect everything that you touch, but those reports that have the information about you affects your credit and who wants to do business with you. So if y'all haven't gone and pulled your report, at least pull your LexisNexis report. Okay. At least pull that one. Now, let me tell you, LexisNexis done got smart. They said, we're not sending out these 100, 200-page reports no more. Now we're going to send y'all a letter and make y'all go and type in to get your report and print it off yourself. But if you don't open it in 15 days or 30 days, the link is going to expire. Okay. So they smart now, because now they want to make, that's right. Tony Braxton done filed for bankruptcy twice, if I'm not mistaken. Rich people file for bankruptcy and they stay rich. So why can't poor people file bankruptcy and at least stay afloat? I mean, you're poor anyway, right? If your income ain't changed, your financial situation going to be the same, but you don't have to drag all that debt behind you like a big ass. Okay. You don't. And I'm saying it just like that because people suffering too much. Okay. All right. With the infomercial voice. Yes. It says debt cancellation is a no. No, debt cancellation is a no. And I don't even want people to get debt, consolidate their bills and get a consolidation loan, because if you do, majority of you put your debt on one card and have all those other ones with zero balances. And guess what? In 6 months, you're in debt twice. It's not worth it if you're not disciplined. Okay. So don't play tricks with yourself if you know you don't play games. Okay. That's one thing I am about myself, is very honest. Don't put something in front of me. Don't put that bacon sandwich on with 2 pieces of white bread and some jelly and think I'm not going to eat it. I'm going to eat it. Okay. Yeah, and 5 pieces of bacon on top of that. All right. I'm just saying, I know me. Y'all should know yourself and know what you can and cannot do, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. It said, I agree. It's not good for the debt. That's right. A debt management program is horrible. It says, are there any tax benefits for foster parents? Unfortunately, there are no tax benefits for the foster parent federally. Now, if you are in Florida, they gave foster parents like $400 last year. Okay. I don't know if they're going to do that again this year. We are waiting to see. But federally, they don't. There's no, unfortunately. Now they do have, let me see. Nope, that's for veterans. And I don't know if y'all know, but I'll just say it since I'm saying it. For veterans, if y'all didn't know, the VA will give you up to $5,000 in reimbursement fees for adoption. There is an actual application. I was just scrolling through. I swear I don't even know how I found it, but I didn't even know. So they do pay you up to $5,000 back if you're a veteran and you pay fees for adoption. Okay, you have to get the application to see all that qualifies, but I did read that. Okay, so and yes, Cynthia, zip codes affect a lot of stuff, which is why some people, y'all don't ever look at these companies that, when y'all be looking at American Greed and they be having all these shell corporations, they be using fake addresses for a reason because they know what banks look at. Y'all need to know what banks look at too. All right. If y'all want those super high credit scores, you can't be living in Southeast Atlanta. You better have a Buckhead address. Okay. Which is why people get post office boxes. They have things in different places to disassociate, even though it's still them. Okay. It's a lot of games in this finance thing, okay? More than even I'm sure that I know. But I definitely would share with y'all what I do know, because I do be reading. I swear that I can't believe people just be this smart or this bored to do the stuff that they do, okay? All right. So since we're talking about fraud, which is probably one of my main things I like to talk about, let me just tell y'all what people get caught up in, okay? Y'all know we was talking about last week, people stealing the checks out of the payment boxes. That is still a thing. But people are, hold on, I'm going to get it because they've been arresting some folks. They've been coming after these tax preparers. So if you're a tax preparer and you are doing a lot of self-employment and overinflating stuff for your clients, please know that your P10 is on your tax forms, okay? So there's one guy, he was smart. What he did was he signed in as his employees and did all the stuff illegally under his employees' information to throw them off. For years, they were coming after employees when actually it was him. So I say that to say this to y'all. If you are a client and you're getting your taxes done, when you go to sign, look below your name and see if the person's name who did your taxes is a person that's sitting in front of you. Because if it's not, just saying, could be fraudulent activity. Okay, because it's happening too much. It definitely could be fraudulent activity. All right. Nowadays, y'all gotta make sure that this stuff is correct, because they're gonna come and ask you, and they're gonna come and talk to them too. All right. So you don't want nobody throwing your name in the mix when all you just try to do is get your taxes filed. Y'all got to start looking at these documents. Okay. All right, it says, I got a car from America Car Finance, and now I don't know how to pay them, went bankrupt. Well, Nika, send me a message, because you are one of the people that I was just talking about. I had to go and find it. If anybody got a car from American Car Financing, they did file bankruptcy. They did make one announcement with an 800 number and a website where you can make your payment. So please send me a message on my website. I will send it to you so that you can make your car payment, sis, because I'm tell you one thing. They may have closed down to take payments, but that credit department did not slow up for reporting late payments, okay? And they still will put 30 days late on your behind with no problem. And they're going to say it's your fault. Just because they went through bankruptcy don't mean nothing, okay? All right, it says, I filed for Chapter 7 on personal and used my CPN that I built. Now both my scores are in the high 700. Well, I don't need to know that. I don't need to know that. Congratulations. But I just, if you came in late, I'm just letting you know that by 2026, they're going to have identified all CPNs, and they are going to have them removed. Now, they're going to remove them from the system, but what they did not say is that they're going to turn that information over to the Department of Justice. So you may have one, but I'm going to tell you, just like Mo said, you got about 2 good years to go and have a ball, because after that, it's on you, okay? So I'm sure they're going to find something different by then, but have fun now, and please be careful, okay? All right, let me see what time it is. All right, I got 15 minutes, Dwight. Let me look. Let's see. Okay. Trade lines. A lot of y'all know about trade lines already. I'm only bringing this up because this came as a part of the report. That now I say this for anybody that got my credit consultation. I tell you guys that just because you get an authorized user, and if you guys don't know what an authorized user is, that is basically when you're piggybacking off of somebody else's good credit, and then that credit line shows up on your credit report. They are, in this report, are instructing banks to start looking at that as a means for people to do fraudulent activity, okay? Which is why some of you guys who you guys have credit cards with, they're only allowing you guys to add 1 or 2 people now. You can't add a lot like you used to. You used to be able to go and add your whole family and everybody's sitting good. You can't do that anymore. So they're going to start limiting the amount of people that you can add. And they're looking at that because a lot of these trade lines can go on these CPNs, and then the CPNs get activated like a real number and people start using them. So they're going to start looking at authorized users as, all right? So please don't rush out and spend all your money trying to boost your scores to add these things if they're not necessary, okay? You just don't want no unwanted attention. We don't know what's going to happen yet, okay? Do I assist with filing bankruptcy? I'm a bankruptcy petition preparer, so I do file the paperwork for anybody if they need. I'll send you a checklist, and you provide me the documents, and I put them in. I email them to you, and you mail on to the court. I will say this for anybody who is interested. There is no bankruptcy court right now, okay? It's just on the phone. So I would prefer to get out of debt in my draws than to have to show up at the courthouse. So if y'all are looking for that message for God to give you a sign that maybe you should do it, think about your draws. Wouldn't you like to be in yours to get out of debt? That's how I would like to be, okay? So this is the time if y'all have considered doing it. There's no court still. They have not changed it since COVID, and COVID's over now. So, just stay tuned, okay? Thank you, Dwight. I appreciate that. All right. So again, if anybody's new that have not followed, please do. It says I filed for chapters. Okay, I ain't read that one already. Okay, that's right. This is the time to file. Yes, this is definitely the time because they are giving it up. All right, Joe Biden with the student loans. Are there any updates? There are no updates. It's still the same thing going on. And I'm telling y'all, they just gonna be distracting with all this bank stuff. One thing that did come out in Biden's new proposal, his little budget for 2024, there is about $2.4 billion that they're going to put aside for vouchers for housing. Okay, now we don't know when that's going to touch down and reach us individually, but it is in the budget, okay, to give more money to the states to have more Section 8 vouchers and more of these emergency vouchers, because they believe that homelessness is going to go up. Okay, so don't rush out to buy no house. Okay, some of y'all need to sit still, please. Don't rush out and do nothing. Okay, so I'm just letting you know that if nothing else came out of that he talked about in that budget, that was the only thing that really caught my eye, because I know that's all y'all gonna care about. So that's gonna come, but y'all probably won't see that until I don't think it's going to be until after the summertime. It's probably going to be a while before it trickles down to you guys. Okay. Rich Clay says, FICO 10T killing me. I started rebuilding, but I don't want to wait the 2 years. Yeah. So if y'all don't know, I did do a video about that FICO 10T. So these people just doing all kinds of stuff with y'all credit, and y'all don't even know what's going on. Okay. They are factoring in more stuff into your credit than they normally did. I don't want to get into it now, but it is on my YouTube page. It's a longer video, okay? It's longer than my normal videos, but it's because I got to give y'all the rundown, okay? That Experian boost that all of us was using, signing up, thinking, ooh, we're going to get our score boosted. That was the trial for the FICO 10T. So if you were part of the Experian boost, you gave them some of the data they needed for them to develop this new credit scoring model they're going to go to. And this credit scoring models will keep changing. Okay, they're going to continue to change. Remember, I just told y'all ESG. They're going to start factoring. Boy, I'm trying to tell y'all ahead of time. Okay, this is like 2 years in advance, but they're going to put all that stuff in these credit scoring models. And I'm telling you, and if you don't recycle, you're going to have 5 points less on your credit score. I promise it's going to be that way. If you don't believe me, just go see what they're doing in China. Okay, they is tight over there. They are very tight. Okay, they better walk a tight line. It says, can you file bankruptcy and have student loans dismissed? You can throw your student loans into a bankruptcy. They normally do not get dismissed. The only way you're going to get those student loans dismissed is your traditional way, through medical need, through 100% disability from the VA, and on the borrower's defense, or if you got some teachers, grant, or through your job, something like that. But if you don't have a program, then the best thing I can tell you for your loans is to go ahead on and consolidate them under the new IBR. All right. Now, y'all see they talking about banks. They ain't even telling y'all to consolidate your loans. You know why? Because they just want y'all to stay in debt. They ain't never going to tell y'all the good stuff. Why? Because if everybody did it, there wouldn't be nothing left. Okay. That's why. All right. So you can throw them in, but they will not get dismissed. They're just going to come right back out of the bankruptcy with you. Okay. Meaning when the bankruptcy is over, they're still going to be there. It says, I am new here. What are we talking about? We're talking about everything. High tonic awakening. You can basically ask me about something, some of us, a lot of stuff. And hopefully I have an answer for you. Okay. All right. So, there y'all go. I knew it was more questions. It says Oasis Unlimited. We talked about credit building and repair. Now we're talking. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate it. It says, I'm interested to improve my credit score. How can I start doing that? Well, I would say the first thing you can do is let's talk about it. Let's look at your credit report and see what you got going on. Everybody needs to improve their credit. I can tell you the only people that don't are people who have everything they need. If you got houses and cars, you don't care if your credit score drops because you ain't trying to buy nothing. It's all the people who are not where they want to be are the ones out there trying to get credit. And y'all have great ideas. Y'all want to fund y'all business ideas. Y'all got kids. Life is expensive, but they have things. How many people got a free laptop? How many of y'all went and got your hotspot? How many of y'all got y'all cable discounted? All these things I've been talking about. How many of y'all went and did the sliding scale at the hospital so that you can lower your hospital medical bills so you're not carrying them on your credit? How many of y'all even did the borrower's defense for the school? Okay. Now, I can name 10 things, and I'm hoping that all of y'all have at least attempted to do them if they apply to you. Okay. Some of y'all situations are like this because y'all haven't done it or you don't know about it to do it. Okay. But you don't have to suffer. That is why they come up with these programs in the first place, because they already knew it was going to have an inflation. They can't tell you that. So you know what they do? We're going to cut y'all cable bill by $30. They've been helping. They've been helping y'all since last year. And still people are not on these programs. How many of y'all got the Obama phone that qualify for it? Some of y'all won't get it because y'all think they're trying to listen. Why y'all ain't get it? At least give it to your kid. Are you taking advantage? You should be. And let me tell you, I believe in taking advantage of what they give you, because if you don't, then you are not patriotic. They made these programs for us, people. We should be utilizing them. And not even a little bit. I'm talking a lot. Okay? If they got programs that pay your electric bill, why y'all not signing up for it? How many of y'all are on the LHHEAP? The little, that's usually for like elderly people. But they got those energy programs. It's cold outside. How many of y'all, if y'all didn't know, most electric companies won't turn your heat off in the cold. I'm praying that they don't do that to a lot of y'all, but most of them don't do that. Okay. If you want a laptop, now I don't put it out. I have definitely put it out before. Let me see if I still got the FCC broadband list. Hold, y'all know y'all be making me go look for some stuff now. Okay, this is what you can do. If you want the list, here it is. Here it is. It is MaxSip Connect. I ain't even gonna do it. I have it right here. Send me a message on my website. I got it. I will send it to you. And I'm going to post it in the story on TikTok when I get off so y'all can see it there. If you get SNAP, if you get Veteran Disability, WIC, Social Security, Medicaid, a Pell Grant, or you belong to any Indian tribe, can I say Indian? A tribe, then you qualify to get a free tablet. Did y'all hear me say free tablet? And some internet, okay? Now, if I got anybody here who has a nonprofit, I know it's not going to be too many. I just think I've been holding, but I think I'm going to put y'all onto it. But there are places that you can go for our my fearless nonprofit leaders. Free software, free Adobe, free Canva. You can also get discounted tablets and laptops. I bought 10 at one time. I bought 10 Android tablets for $25 each. Okay. So if we have these business structures, we should use it to our advantage, especially if you have a nonprofit. There are so many places you can go and they basically gonna give you stuff. I mean, give it to you. All right. Like Kim Kardashian Skims, like Nike, like I can just keep going. Did y'all hear me say give it to you? Why? Because they have a quota to meet of doing good, and you have to do business too. So they got stuff. So if you got it, let me know. All right, let me see what you're saying because it's almost 8 and Dwight gonna make me get off. It says, is the company advertising reducing IRS legit? I would have to see what the company is. You do not have to necessarily go through a company to get your IRS debt reduced. You can go on a payment plan. You can do you can do a hardship. You can do a offer and compromise. You can throw the debt in bankruptcy. I just had somebody, and she ain't gonna mind. She owed the IRS $16,000, and she was very happy to call me and give me that number. Why? Because she doesn't want to have to pay it, and she realized that the IRS says as long as my debt is 2 years old or older, I can throw it into bankruptcy. So that means the debt from the PPP, okay, I'm keeping it on the low because some of y'all listened to me and actually did amend your taxes, and she was one of them, and she ended up with a debt. Well, it's an unsecured debt, and guess what she could do? Throw it in the bag and tell Uncle Sam to pay for it, just like these banks are doing, okay? So don't let these people make you feel like you can't get your piece. You can get your piece too. You just got to find out which piece of the pie is yours or which pie is yours, okay? All right, let's see what you say. He said, I did a bar's defense. I'm glad I listened. Me too, Amy. I'm glad you listened too. I'll be on Reddit. And let me tell you, people are not getting the notices. I can't believe how many people are asking, what are y'all doing to get them? The damn application. That's it. Now, I am going to do a video on how y'all can get y'all money back that y'all paid. But see, the government has not come up with a new form yet. Okay, so anybody who, and I'm gonna take a volunteer. Matter of fact, I want like 3 of y'all. Anyone who's already gotten their discharge from the bar's defense, I want to submit an application. I'll give it to you, and I want you to submit it. But since my loans are already dismissed, okay, and I have not paid, I didn't pay any on mine. So for those who did, if you want to see if we can get a repayment, please send me a message. I'll do it free. I just want to see what's going to happen when we send the form in. That's how I'm able to give information out, is through trial and error. Okay. So we're going to see if we can use the form that they have out there to get you a refund of the funds you've already paid. So 3 people. Now, I don't care who you are. Just send me a message on the website, in my chat box, and it'll come right to my phone, and then we'll talk. Okay. It says, I want my piece of the pie. I know that's right. Game over. You better get your piece of the pie. Well, y'all need to be as greedy as these banks. Y'all need to be as greedy as the people who sit on the Federal Reserve Board. They watch out for themselves and their bottom line, but y'all not even watching out for your behind, and that's the problem. It says, thank you. There are so many nuggets. I appreciate that. Okay, another thing, and then I promise I'm gonna let y'all go. One of the reasons that we're going to see some of this stuff happening, that these banks are doing this is what is going to make that formal introduction of cryptocurrency. Now, y'all remember a few years ago, the IRS didn't give a damn about cryptocurrency. Okay, you didn't have to report nothing about it. Last 2 years, they've been saying you better put it down on paper or else. People who had crypto and sold and didn't report it, the IRS found out about it, they were auditing those people. So they didn't care about it. They care about it now. We're starting to see other things happen in the mix. The cryptocurrency market just blew up. It just went away, right? But Bitcoin's doing pretty good, okay? But secretly, the Federal Reserve is creating their own coin. It's not really even secret because they put it out in the paper. You just got to read it. But why would the government be trying to create their own digital coin if we're not going to go that way? Now, call me a conspiracy theorist, But I promise you can bank on what I'm saying, that this is probably going to be how we're going to start slowly introducing a different currency than this dollar bill paper that we've been using. Okay. And that's all I'm going to say. And then I'm going to go on. Let me see. I know y'all asking some questions. Let me see. It says, I did the borrower's defense in November. I missed a lawsuit. Class action still waiting. If you did the borrower's defense, that is for the class action. So yeah, all you got to do now is wait for it to get done. It says the mortgage program too. What mortgage program? Crazy. It says Pepco don't turn it off when it's cold. Good. FPNL don't turn it off either. Y'all make sure they ain't turning y'all electric off. And if y'all live someplace that's going to get this nor'easter storm, y'all better call your electric company now and say, hey, is it in y'all policy to turn off the bill if we don't pay it? Because y'all need to know, because they should not be. Okay. And that's right. We're keeping it on the low. It says, what happens with your secured debt in a bankruptcy? It's secured as if you have like a secured card. If it's a secured card, it's going into bankruptcy. If you have a secured credit card and you don't have a balance on it, well, you need to close it and get your money out before you throw it into bankruptcy, because they're just going to keep it. Or they'll keep it and mail you a check out later. So I would just get my money back. Now, if you say secured, like I have a loan and my car is in the mortgage, not mortgage, my car is in the bankruptcy, that's a secured debt. You could choose if you want to return the car. Remember, the bankruptcy, the trustee is there to make sure that you are responsible. Now, if you got a Ferrari and you're paying $2,000 a month and you expect to keep your car, that's not reasonable. Okay. I haven't seen anybody have to give up a vehicle. I take that back. One person, and that person had 5 cars though. And that person gave up the oldest one. And as soon as they got out of the bankruptcy in 6 months, they got a brand new car. So they didn't care. So it depends on your situation. It says, oh my God, this is so much information. Thank you. You're welcome. It says, Coach, I need to have my loans dismissed. All right. Well, if you need to get those loans dismissed, y'all about to do that application. And I'm still helping people do those borrower's defense applications if you need. See you, Mo. All right. So it's 8:01. It says you keep dropping so much jewels. My head is spinning. I'm sorry. It's because I talk fast, y'all. I apologize. Thank you, Tariq. I appreciate that. Saying Shamika is the real deal. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. So I know that was a lot for Monday, but again, it all comes back to what these reports are saying about you. So Wednesday, I'll be here at 7 o'clock again. But what I'm going to do Wednesday is I'm actually going to go through, I'm going to tell you all the reports, all these credit reports that y'all need to be pulling so that you can see who is saying what about you. Because if you want to have a good, healthy future with business credit, with your personal credit, loans, you want to flourish in society, you're going to have to make sure that your paperwork reads right about you. Okay? So have a blessed evening. Have an awesome Monday. Like, share, subscribe. Please go to my YouTube if you want to find out about the FICO 10T and all the other things. I got a good tax video I just did. Also, consultations, hit my link in the bio. If you want to take my class on Thursdays on how to repair your own credit, the link is in the bio also for that. And let me go. My YouTube, everything is Shamika Saves. Okay. You can just type that anywhere and it'll bring up all my info. Okay. So Shamika Saves everything. And if I can help you, please allow me to do just that. Okay. Have a good one. See you guys on Wednesday. Bye. Send me your credit report. Send it to my email, shamikasaves@gmail, Hightower. All right. See y'all. Bye-bye. See you later, Elizabeth. Bye, Dwight.